Oh, nostalgia. The sentimental longing or wishful affection for the past, blah, blah, blah. You could read that yourself. Anyways, I'm currently 24 years old, and I feel like a lot of people around my age could relate to the following statement. We definitely grew up with the best TV shows as kids. Cartoon Network was going off, Nickelodeon, Disney, even 4Kids was going off. Like, come on, we had it good as children. And not gonna lie, as a kid, I was low-key Goro before Goro. I always wanted the bad guys to win. I don't know why, but I just love watching the good guys get their ass beat. Call me a psychopath, call me whatever, I don't care. I'm team villain all the way. And in this video, I'm gonna go over some of my favorite villains that molded me into the man/sociopath I am today. Let's begin. I gotta start with my favorite show as a kid, Yugioh. Like, bro, this shit owned my childhood. I had all the cards, all the games, I saw all the movies, bro. Like, I was obsessed with this shit, bro. This shit had me up every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. just to see Yugi say, let's get ready to do. And no surprise to anybody that knows me, but my favorite character was Kaiba. Like, if you know me in real life, you know I'm a huge ass hater. And I blame Kaiba. Like, bro, he made hating look so fun to me as a kid. Like, this man was hating on Yugi's granddad for having just one blue eyes white dragon. So what did he choose to do? Break into Yugi's house, beat up his grandfather, take the card for himself, and then rip it in front of him. He didn't even want it. He already had 3 of his own. He just didn't want anyone else to have one. This is some elite level hating right here. I gotta applaud that. And in the next arc, he takes his hating to a whole nother level. Instead of taking his loss to Yugi like a man, he says, nah, I'd rather kill myself than lose. And proceeds to quite literally stand on business. Like, bro, I know it's win by any means necessary, but damn. Goated character. But he wasn't technically a villain, though. Technically speaking, Pegasus was the villain of that arc. But, like, let's be real, he was kind of fruity and no one really liked him. There were some other villains too, but they're all kind of ass, not gonna lie. Yeah, Bakura was cool, but he didn't really do shit till like season 5. I feel like the best villain in Yugioh by far was Merrick. This motherfucker legitimately terrified me as a kid. Like his voice, his aura, his winged dragon of Ra, like bro, like this shit terrified me. And I just love as how the show progressed, his evil form just got crazier and crazier. Like he really went from this to this. I'm not gonna say he started the crazy nigga trend in anime, but he definitely inspired some other psychopaths for real. Myself included. Mwah.
I'm finally free again. Which means I can do things my way.
Moving on to another goated 4Kids TV show, Sonic X. Whenever I see a clip or even frame from the show, it just brings me right back into my childhood. I owned like 20 gazillion Sonic games growing up as a kid, and this show is definitely the reason why. Even this one. Yup, I own this game. Why? Because I love Shadow as a kid. I wanted to be Shadow as a kid, bro. He was so fucking cool, so badass. Like, come on now. I think every single 10-year-old kid wanted to be Shadow the Hedgehog when they were younger. And yes, I know, technically speaking, he's an anti-hero, not a villain, but I don't care. To be completely honest, I barely remember the plot of the show. I barely remember anything Eggman did, because Eggman was kind of a joke. In my headcanon, Shadow was the villain of this show. Plus, it's my video, so I can just do whatever I want. Cry about it. Next up, I'm going to talk about another GOAT from my childhood, The Batman. No, not the movie, the TV show from 2004, The Batman. If you haven't seen this show, let me say something real quick. This show low-key ruined Batman for me. Why? Because this Batman was so good that he low-key made every other Batman look ass by comparison. Christian Bale's Batman? Nope. Kevin Conroy's Batman? Nope. Every other Batman after that? Nope, 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 and nope. Like, bro, I remember being like 12 years old, seeing trailers for Batman the Brave and the Bald come out, and then just getting pissed off because I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? I actually got mad because it couldn't even compare to the 2004 Batman. And yes, nostalgia did have a huge part to play in that, but still, this show is goated. Looking back on this show now, they did take a lot of liberties in their character designs. Bane looks nothing like Bane, Joker looks nothing like Joker, but honestly, I kind of like it. It kind of gives them a unique little look. But the one villain I really like from the show is the Penguin. Like, this design is straight fire. In my headcanon, this is the definitive Penguin. This is what the Penguin should look like. Not gonna lie, in The Batman the movie, the Penguin is pretty fire. I kind of like what they did with the Italian mobster kind of vibe they're giving. But something about this evil Monopoly Man Penguin, it just hits, and I love it. This is my favorite version of the Penguin by far. Since we talked about my favorite DC show growing up, it's only fair that we talk about my favorite Marvel show growing up. None other than the Spectacular Spider-Man. I'm just gonna straight up say it. This is the best version of Peter Parker ever. Better than Toby, better than Andrew, better than Tom. Like, bro, this isn't even a debate. Like, watch a couple episodes, you'll see this is the most goated version of Peter Parker by far. No diff. And it's only fitting that all his villains are also goated. Doc Ock, goated. Lizard, goated. Electro, goated. Even Shocker. Shocker! Goated! Like, every single villain on this show gives me nostalgia. But if I had to pick the best one, it would have to be a tie between Venom and Sandman. And hold up. I know what you're thinking. Sandman? Really? What about Green Goblin? He was definitely more of a threat, more of an everything. I know. Green Goblin was a menace, and he was definitely a goated villain. But I'm going to keep it completely 100. I didn't really like his suit. His design was kind of goofy, relatively speaking. Like, look at everyone else. Even Rhino had that shit on. And yes, I know, character is more important than character design. And yes, he was a way better villain than all of them combined. But like, it just doesn't make sense to me how the animators were cooking for literally everyone else's design, even Scorpions. Yet when they go to Green Goblin, who's arguably the most important villain in this series, they just gave him this goofy ass fit. Like, come on, what were they thinking? They could have done better. You know what? They should have done better. I'm gonna keep that 100. Anyways, rant over. Back to my two favorite villains from the show. I'm gonna talk about Venom first. Like, honestly, he's the best Venom by far. This is the Venom we deserve to see in Spider-Man 3. This is the Venom we deserve to see in the Venom movies. I like how this Venom was an actual threat. Physically imposing, super intimidating. This is what we should have seen in the Venom movies. Is it too much to ask to make Venom actually cool for once? Like, I really hope the MCU actually does him justice. And lastly, I'm gonna talk about Sandman real quick. I don't know why. Maybe my bias for Spider-Man 3 played a factor in this, but I really like this version of Sandman. Like, don't get me wrong, Venom's definitely still better, but this version of Sandman just resonates with me more. I don't know if it was because he was more crucial to the plot or it was because he was in more episodes, but I always had a soft spot for this Sandman. But yeah, those were some, not all, hint for future videos, of the nostalgic villains from my childhood. Comment below some of the nostalgic villains from your childhood. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.